Hi everyone, my name is Arlene. I'm a Hatha yoga teacher. I'm part of doing some postures, some yoga sessions for Find Your Active. So this is part 3. This video will focus on some seated postures, which are more stretch-based postures. You can take on any of the videos on their own. So if you want to grab your yoga mat or something similar, somewhere comfortable to sit, welcome to have some water nearby, so stay hydrated, and just to do all of the movements as deeply or as much as feels comfortable for your body today. So I've got some props that I'm going to use, but you're welcome to leave them out if you don't have anything, but you can also use towels for support. So I've got a yoga block here and a yoga strap. You can use a towel instead of a strap, or if you have a bathrobe with a tie or a belt, then those things would work. So you can fold up some blankets or towels to sit on if you want any extra cushion. Okay. So we're going to start with a forward folded position. So if you just sit with your legs straight in front of you and get comfortable, you can rock a little bit side to side. I think that's a nice way to find the sitting bones. And your knees will be upright towards the ceiling, and just sit so your shoulders are over your hips. So sometimes to find that, you can bend your knees, or you can use the block to elevate your hips, and that's a nice way to excuse me, to have nice posture. So just see how you would like to practice that. So I'll practice the first one with the block, and again here you can use a strap if you like, okay, or a towel. Okay, so just sitting up nice and tall, and that nice rock right to left to find your sitting bones in contact with the ground. Good. Start with that little bend in the knees. So inhale your arms up. Feel like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingers. As you exhale, fold forward. Stop wherever that's comfortable, and you start to feel sensation on your lower back and your hamstrings, and you can relax your hands towards the floor or on your legs. So let your legs feel comfortable. You can even place a nice rolled up couple blankets underneath your knees if you'd like. If you're using any sort of strap or towel, you can place that around the sole of your feet. So think about lengthening the top of your head away from you, and your tailbone is reaching to that wall behind you. So your hips are tilted backwards, and you can feel a length of the space. So even though this is a held posture, you can feel growth. The top of your head and your tailbone reach in opposite direction. And over time, as you stay there, you can just check in. If it feels intense, you can bend your knees more, or you can lengthen your heels away from you. Just to show the same posture without the block. Good. Just starting from that upright position and then leaning forward, keeping that long spine. Sometimes if you do have tight hamstrings, it's quite nice to have your stomach come as an alternative, or as a adaptation. You can bring your stomach to touch your thighs and hold onto the outside edges of your feet, and just slowly start to walk your heels further forward in that position, if that feels nice. It's all quite a nice connection. It releases the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, but also your bottom muscles, your lower back, and even up into your upper back there. Good. Another breath there. And to come out of this, you slowly start to curl. Draw your navel inward and curl your spine. Let's go nice and tall. And give everything a little shake there. We're going to come to a straddle stretch next. So again, you're welcome to sit up on a block if you'd like, or a folded up towels, or you can fold up your mat as well, and extend your legs out into a straddle position. Okay, so to start, find a long spine. So you can place your hands on the floor, other side of your hips, and lean back. And just imagine you're trying to reach the top of your head away from your body. So with that lean back, you're creating a long spine. And if you'd like to, you could even add additionally a little chest opener, lifting your breastbone up to the ceiling. But you don't have to do that. Just see if that's an option that you can explore, if that feels nice. Good. Nice flow of your breath there. Great. And when you're ready, start to walk your hands so your spine is upright. And just see how that feels. So you can stay upright. If you feel like there's a rounding coming up into your shoulders, you might bend your knees a little bit. See how that feels. You can, again, place some rolled up towels or blankets underneath your knees. And just check in if you want a bit more sensation of release on your inner legs. Keep your spine long and then start to lean forward. You can slide your hands along your legs. Hold on to your toes there. You can place your hands in front of you. Just come as far forward as feels nice for you. Good. Sometimes the knees start to roll a little bit, but just try to see if it's comfortable to keep those knees upright, your toes upright, but let your feet relax. If there's discomfort there and underneath your ankles, and you can place a little extra cushioning or pillows or towels underneath. So make it comfortable for yourself. We'll just explore that straddle stretch again for a few breaths. You feel that great, nice ease of space on the inner part of your legs. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. And then when you're ready, you're going to come out. So walk your hands back towards your body. And then bend your knees. We're going to lean back again for the upper body. And start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. So that has two effects. You might feel that on your bottom muscles, like a little massage. But you can also feel that kind of rotation through your legs and your thighs to ease out any tension there. Good. That's it. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to do another inner leg stretch. So for the next one, again, you might sit up on a block here for this one and butterfly your knees open. If you have lots of equipment, you can even place some support there underneath your knees or for extra height or for the height of your knees for support. You can do that, but you can both. Okay, so just see how close you'd like to bring your body, your heels towards your body, and sit up nice and tall. Good. It's an option when you can stay here and lengthen the top of your head up. You can even do that little lean back if that feels nice. That creates space in your lower back and your hips. Good. So nice little lean back, optional. You can be upright. And if you want more, just as an option, you can lean forward. So again, just take wherever that feels nice for you. If you're leaning forward and you want more sensation, think about pressing the little toe side of your foot inwards towards each other. And you can feel how that creates more sensation of release on the inner part of your thigh. You can even start to open up your feet a little bit if that feels nice today. It's a nice little movement for the ankles. But just let your body feel heavy, relax into the mat. And it's a nice time to check in with the breath. So is your breath relaxed? Does your breath feel long? And think about your breath like a wave. And I like to think about my inhalation rising from low in my body near my tailbone. So inhale, breath inflates the lower back, the rib cage, the sides expand, and then exhale, soften and relax into the mat. Good. Another round of breath here. Up. And when you're ready, very slowly, we'll start to hinge back up. We'll do that same windshield wiper movement. So if you bring your knees towards each other and step your feet wider, you can lean back again and start to windshield wiper your knees side to side to create a little release. And you can bring your feet closer to your body if you want to make that range of motion larger with your knees coming to the sides a bit more if that feels like a nice release for the hips. That's it, lovely. Okay, great. So now we're going to come back to, we're going to revisit our forward fold. So just sit up again, shoulders over hips, optional to sit on that block. Use your strap here if you'd like, if that feels like a nice connection. I quite like to use this strap. I'm going to use it for this front. Good. So sit up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Bring your breast one forward again. You can bend your knees as much as feels comfortable. And just stay for a few breaths. And just notice how the quality of this second forward fold feels on your body. Where is that creating a little release? Maybe your lower back, hips, hamstrings, bottom muscles. You might even feel it in your ankles or your feet, perhaps, depending on your positioning. Think about lengthening the top of your head forward, and let your breath be like a wave. When you inhale, you can imagine that breath rising up from your tailbone to your shoulder blades and relaxing. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. And when you're ready, we're going to come out of that, so you curl your spine. And next, we're going to do some hip tilts. So, more of a laying down posture. And I have this yoga block or yoga brick that I'm going to use, but as an option. But you can use a lot of pillows. So just see if you want to grab anything. But lay back with your knees bent and set up so your feet are hip width apart. So your knees and your ankles are the same distance apart, like you're holding a box the same width between your knees and your ankles. Okay. And then just place your hands either side of your hips and just rest for a moment. And notice your feet, your hips, your hands, your shoulders, and the back of your head. Let your body feel heavy. As you inhale, you can feel your belly fill. That rounds your lower back away from the ground, so it's a really subtle movement. And as you exhale, navel draws inward and your tailbone tips slightly upwards. So that massages the lower back into the mat. So we'll do that nice hip tilting again. When you lift your belly up to the ceiling, you might feel the weight transfer a bit to your shoulders or even the back of your neck. And as you exhale, you draw your navel inward, and there's like a massage effect for the lower back. Okay, so stay with that if that feels nice. Little hip tilts. Very subtle, but very effective. Nice massage. Option 2, when you draw your navel inward and you tilt your tailbone up, you can lift your bottom away from the floor and lengthen your knees forward for that bridge pose. Nice way to open up the thighs, the hip space, stomach muscles. Keep your gaze upwards to protect the neck, but you can also tuck your shoulder blades under just if that's comfortable, and you can even interlace your fingers. Or I mentioned that block. So we got a nice yoga brick here, you can slide that at any height underneath your hips, where your tailbone is. So I'm avoiding that rounding space, my lower back, the natural rounding arch. It's lower near my hip space, so you should feel comfortable. You can do that at any height as well. It doesn't have to be the highest height. This is a nice way to invert the weight towards your shoulder blades so you can relax. Any tension or discomfort at any time come down. But we'll just explore that for another breath. So the bridge, lower supported bridge if you're using the brick here. Good. And keep your arms by your hips. Think about your knees lengthening forward so your feet are parallel if that's comfortable for your hip space. And feet and knees same distance apart. Knees lengthening forward towards your toes. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. And when you're ready, so if you're still enjoying that posture, come down again at any time. You can remove the blocks, or release your hands, and then massage one vertebrae down at a time. And so when you're fully out of that posture, you can lift your feet off the floor, hold your shins, hug your thighs to your stomach, give a little rock side to side. You can imagine your knees are drawing circles in the ceiling, and reverse. And we're going to do a spinal rotation to relax the back. So if you feel tension in your back in general, you can place your feet next to each other and just start to windshield wiper both knees slowly, side to side, with your feet on the floor. You can do that with an alternative with one knee opening out to the side. Or if you're comfortable with like a held rotation, I like to do this with my feet elevated. Relax both knees over to the side. You can use a block or a pillow there underneath your knees, or rest your legs on the ground. Anchor both shoulders into the mat. You can look upwards or even turn your head away from your knees. So just see which one you prefer, that continuous movement or releasing. Relax through your back body. Good. One more breath there. Then you're very slowly, if you're doing the held rotation, roll onto your back one knee at a time and do the other side. You might move with your exhalation. Again, both shoulders anchor into the mat. Relax through your back, your rib cage. Let your breath feel like a gentle wave. Good. One more breath there. That's it. And then slowly come back to the center. You can take a nice full body stretch. Lengthen your legs, reach your arms overhead, breathe into your lower back. Space. Lovely. And gently relax. And just take a moment to check in with how you're feeling after your practice or series of practices, and notice your breath, your energy. Notice where you created space. Or you're welcome to lay there longer, but I'll leave you here now when you do come out of the position and just move slowly and with ease. So thank you for practicing with us, and I hope you have a great